Brolio Chianti Classico 2018.
Exactly.
And this is, I mean, the first one was the Chianti, and this is the Chianti Classico.
The difference between Chianti and Chianti Classico. A few years ago, I asked to an American journalist to give me the differences, but he had to give it only in 3 to 5 seconds, not long. And he said, well, being in America, I would say that Chianti Classico is Manhattan, and Chianti are all the boroughs around. That makes
It's a good explanation. It's a good description of it. Yeah. So, but it also, I mean, the Classico, it also comes with some wine, some rules when it comes to maturation and what grapes you use and all that, right?
Correct. In fact, you already bring this glass of wine to the nose, and you have already a different aromatic profile.
Much darker, a bit darker profile,
more structure, bigger, and so on. Andreas, in the appellation Chianti Classico, we have 3 categories. We have the Annata, the one of the year that is released 1.5 normally years after the harvest. Then we have the Riserva, and then we have the Gran Selezione. And tonight we have the 3 categories here for tasting.
Yes, we have, and that's fun. But in this one, I also get quite a lot of, I mean, like cinnamon and that kind of a little bit, almost a little bit black pepper and all that too.
Yes.
Is that from the oak then?
With that red and black cherries as well.
Yes.
Maybe one of the most important characteristics of Sangiovese are cherries. So very enjoyable.
But let me ask you about, because quite often you use not only Sangiovese, but you also add like Cabernet Sauvignon or even Merlot and stuff like that. What about this wine? How much of the different grapes is it in this wine?
The rules of the appellation require 80% minimum of Sangiovese. So 80% has to be compulsory Sangiovese. Then we have the possibility to use this 20% with other grape variety. It depends very much from the vintages. Lately, here with Brolio, we have been using a little bit of Merlot and a little bit of Cabernet. But the backbone and the style that come out is definitely made by Sangiovese. Yeah. And here, of course, we use also maybe 9, 8 to 10 months of oak aging, because the structure of the wines require a little bit of oak, and you have to know that also oak is a stabilizer of the color. You see here the color is also a little bit more deeper.
Yes, Francesco, I've got a question here from Catherine, who's asking, why is there no rooster on the Chianti Classico bottle?
Oh, of course, there is the rooster. It's on the back.
It's on the back. Yes.
So the rule of the appellation indicates 2 possibilities for the use of the black rooster that has to be compulsory, even then. Either on front of the bottle or on the back label in a very specific position. For me, our brand is more important than the black rooster. So I put it on the back.
Yeah. A question from me here. But what would be the perfect food pairing for this wine, for the Brolio?
Spaghetti with some meat sauce.
Lovely.
The
Simple as
Tuscan
that.
way, perfect. If you come to our restaurant here in Brolio, we have tagliatelle with the Baron meat sauce, because it's my recipe.
So it's your recipe?
Yeah, of course.
I have to come, Francesco. I have to come.
You should.
Yes. I also have a question here about the name Brolio, but you explained that Brolio is actually the name of the castle right behind you.
Yes, there is not a real meaning behind Brolio. There are some possibilities, but it's like, I don't know, has always been like that. We don't know why is Brolio.
No. How long would you age your wine like this?
Listen, this Chianti Classico is normally enjoyed within the 3 years after the harvest, 3-4 years after harvest. And normally people, consumer wine lover, they don't put it in the cellar. But sometimes you have very nice surprises when you find a bottle of an older vintage of Brolio, and it's very enjoyable. So I would say 5 years is perfect. I normally drink much younger. For example, for me, the 18 is a marvelous vintage, and it already has all the characteristics that are coming out, always with food.